Ah, darling, welcome, once more, to Echoes of the Dark. I trust you're comfortable. Or perhaps just the right shade of uncomfortable. That edge between safety and unease? I promise, tonight's tale will push you off it. Now, tell me, have you ever peered into a mirror, searching for the familiar, only to feel as if someone or something else is watching back? Perhaps a trick of the light? Or was it? Mirrors, you see, have a long history in the realms of superstition and supernatural. They aren't merely glass. They're gateways, shadows of other worlds, echoing after images of realities that are not quite ours. Tonight, we peer into one such reflective tale, a story of vanity, hunger, and a horrifying revelation. The tale begins with a gifted craftsman by the name of Elias. Elias lived alone in a small town, a man whose work was so coveted that his mirrors were said to enhance one's true essence. His workshop, tucked away in a decaying building at the edge of a misty moor, overflowed with broken shards and shimmering creations of every style. Each piece of glass, they whispered, held a fragment of his soul. And yet, Elias's masterpiece was a full-length mirror unlike any other. Crafted in secret, its frame was wrought from tangled black iron, adorned with twisted, claw-like details. The glass shimmered unnaturally, as if eager to swallow the viewer whole. Oh, but Elias wasn't merely an artist. No, his relentless perfection came from obsession, a yearning to outdo the divine and create not just a reflection, but a doorway. And so, this masterpiece, dripping with chilling allure, found its way into a socialite's hands. Clarice was a woman dazzling to behold, her beauty leaving rooms breathless. She purchased what Elias called the Mirror of Eminence, believing it would reflect her unparalleled perfection to the world. For her, it wasn't enough to be beautiful. She needed constant proof of it. She placed the mirror in her lavish apartment's vast hallway, where sunlight poured in through crimson-draped windows, casting glints of fire onto its surface. From the moment it was installed, she spent hours admiring her reflection, preening, smiling, hunting for flaws and for affirmation. But soon, disquiet whispered in the room. It began subtly. Clarice swore her reflection moved a breath out of sync with her. A blink too late. A curious flicker of expression she didn't quite feel herself making. Brushing it off, she laughed, saying aloud, "I'm seeing things. I've been spending far too much time in front of this splendid thing." Yet the uneasy laughter rang hollow. Days blurred into weeks as she grew more withdrawn, hypnotized by the mirror's pull. It became her confidant, until she dared to ask, late one evening, with wine shimmering on her lips, "Am I truly the most beautiful?" The glass glimmered as if laughing, though no sound rang out. Clarice leaned closer. Her breath misted a cold surface that felt alive. Her reflection was smiling, but it wasn't her smile. It could see into her thoughts, her fears, her doubts. And then came the voice, a whispering echo that wasn't discernible from her mind or the air. "You are beauty, Clarice. So beautiful. I could devour you." Startled, she stepped back, her pulse pounding. And that's when she noticed. The room's reflection was wrong. Corners were inverted. Shadows flickered in places where there was no light. And her reflection? It didn't step away. It leaned closer to the glass instead, sharp and unblinking. "No," she whispered. No, it's just my imagination." But the reflection cocked its head. It pressed pale fingers against the mirror's surface, smearing a fine mist that came not from her, but from the world behind the glass. Still, she couldn't stop looking. Her own face, now subtly distorted, slightly angular where it should have been soft, fascinated her though terror lived behind her eyes. And why, oh why, couldn't she look away? Days passed, and Clarice no longer left her home. Her friends came knocking, whispering worriedly through the door. But inside, she was enthralled. Thin, pale, her skin spiderwebbed with veins forming from sleepless nights spent staring. The reflection spoke to her in riddles. It promised beauty eternal, a fame that would transcend time. Till one night, she disappeared altogether. The authorities found her apartment empty. But the mirror? Oh, darling, let's just say it had changed. If you stepped closer and dared to look deeply into it, you might catch the silhouette of a woman, her face frozen and horridly beautiful, pressed against the glass, a silent scream plastered for eternity. The mirror of eminence, they say, grows hungrier, luring the next soul vain enough to fall into its trap. And Elias? Some say he vanished into his workshop, creating artifacts human minds cannot comprehend. Others whisper he himself was devoured by his creation, lost to the echoes of the dark. So, my dear viewer, I leave you with this. Next time you look into a mirror, ask yourself this: is it truly you staring back? Or is something waiting? You'll think of this the next time your reflection catches you off guard. I promise you that. Sweet dreams, if you dare have any tonight.